Hey, you ready to write your paragraphs? Good job. I want to talk to you about how to get an A on this essay. So, first of all, you have, if you've been typing up your paragraphs on a Google Doc, that's great. If you shared it with me and sent me an email, I gave you some feedback on it. So, make sure you look at that feedback and make changes to that document. Once you do, you're going to make a copy and paste it into the summative assessment in Schoology, the assignment. Okay, this is what it looks like when you open it up. And what I'm going to ask you to do is to just change this information. So instead of first, last name, you're going to put your first and last name. So if it were me, because I'm me, I would type Michelle Cope. And then I would type the hour that I have class, hour 7. And then I would type the date. And then give the paragraphs a title. Dreaming in a time of turmoil. I'm going to call mine. All right. And then after you do that, you're going to type your thesis statement here. Your first paragraph goes here, and your second paragraph goes there. And you can, like I said, copy and paste these from your other Google Doc, but I do not want a link, okay? No links, just text. Thank you, thank you. If you scroll down, you'll see there are all kinds of helpful things for you to be sure that you get an A on this summative assessment. First of all, the directions are here, and I just went over those. I've got that sample again for you, and I'm showing you how you would go from the stuff you had in Mastery Check 14, which was your thesis statement, your main point, your evidence, your explanation, to, or I don't think I expected you to do the explanation in 14, to the actual paragraph where you would have that main point typed up first, and then you would have the evidence, and then you would have the explanation. All right? Same thing for paragraph 2. This main point is about the symbol, and then we've got the evidence, and then we've got the explanation. All right. Tips for the paragraph. These are just sort of helpful tips. First of all, each paragraph needs a point, evidence, and elaboration, which I just said. Incorporate the quotes into your own sentences, although I'm not going to be grading how well your quotes are incorporated. And then use the present tense. So Hansberry does this. Walter Lee loses the money. Instead of Hansberry did this, Walter Lee lost the money. You use the present tense for literary analysis. Again, I'm not going to grade you too hard on that kind of stuff. Tips for incorporating quotes, if you want to know how to do that, we're going to talk more about that in the next unit. And then tips on transitions. Again, not grading that, but it's just helpful to start working on this stuff. Here's what you do have to have. This is the paragraph checklist. You have to have your paragraphs double spaced in a 12-point font, like Arial or Calibri, something that's easy to read. Left orientation. And so don't center margin it. I know a lot of you like how that looks, but we left margin academic essays. Each paragraph needs to have at least 5 sentences. Make sure you indent the first word. The name of the play needs to be either italicized or underlined, not both. Proper nouns should be capitalized, and you need a minimum of 1 quote in each paragraph. So that makes 2 quotes total. All right, now here is the real important stuff on how to get an A. Take a look at the indicators for criterion A. The varied details, varied means different details, context and quotes I choose always support my point and are specific. Now, in order for me to say that this is the case in your essay, and my job is really to grade over on this side, but is to show me that you've got some information from all parts of the play. there are 3 acts. If you can have some examples or an example at least from all 3 acts, then I can say that you've got varied details. A lot of you are missing Act 3, and I think that is a problem because Act 3 is when we see the most change from everybody. Walter totally changes. We see some kind of going back and forth with Beneatha, but take a look at Act 3 again if you haven't incorporated it into your paragraphs, because that's going to help you score higher on criterion A. The other thing, the other indicator here is I examine how symbolism creates meaning in relation to a character and a dream. All right. In order to get a 7 or an 8 for criterion C, which is producing text, I thoroughly engage in the writing process. So that means that you've got a lot of sentences. It's clear that you've put a lot of time into the work. It's clear that you have had some personal engagement with the creative process. In other words, you have really come up with your own ideas and shown how you relate personally to the book. And another indicator, my paragraphs are over 5 sentences and make very interesting points about the play. They're not interesting points if they're things that can't be debated. If it's like, Mama wants a new house. Yeah, we all know that. But what is her underlying dream? Why does she want that house? Get to that next level so that it's really interesting and not so obvious. All right, so that's how you're going to get an A on this essay. There are sample paragraphs. Good luck to you as you finish this up. It has to be submitted by the hard deadline. Thanks.